to be afraid. It's everyone's favorite psychic here with a true scary story. This is one that stuck with me because to this day, I don't know what this was. And maybe somebody else had a similar experience. So I had this little desk. It was one of those that had the little desk attached to the chair and then the cubby underneath, like a little school desk from back in the day, and it was facing my door. I was using my stationery that I had from the school Christmas party, and my parents were watching Frasier. This is as I remember it to this day. I may be off on some of the details. Anyway, I was sitting there, I was hyper focused into my drawing. I look up and I see this thing with its hands wrapped around the door jamb, and it was just staring at me, and its face was like wrinkly and it had like these little yellow teeth and like pointy, and it looked a lot like that thing from Cat's Eye, which was my favorite movie as a kid. So you could say, well, that's all it was. It was just my favorite movie and my imagination just glitching out, you know. So anyway, I went back to my drawing because I'm like, that's my imagination. You know, you don't think you can be seeing something like that. So something still didn't sit right with me. So I got up and I asked my parents, and even then I knew I didn't want to lead them to seeing something that wasn't there, but I said, "Did y'all see or notice anything in the hallway?" And both of them said no. And I think they asked me what I saw. I can't remember if I told them or what, but I know my dad was like real into anything superstitious. I saw a UFO. I never really cared for UFOs, but I saw one in the backyard one time and he told me I better stay inside. So he took that stuff serious. So I don't know if I told him what it was, or if I just thought, what was that? And must have been my imagination, you know. Um, so, anyways, I've talked to other people about this, and other people have seen it as well. So it makes you wonder, like, is this just a way that the supernatural manifests, is to come through as something we would recognize from a movie? I just really don't know. So anyways, years later I had a sleep paralysis episode, and this was my very first sleep paralysis episode. There was like this buzzing like cicadas, and it was getting louder and louder, and it sounded like I could see that thing's face up in my ceiling in the corner, and it was like the cicada buzzing sounded like it was laughing. And luckily, I was with my ex at the time, and he woke me up because I was crying in my sleep because I couldn't move, I couldn't wake up. And then I had another one with that thing recently where it was like huge and holding me down in my face. So